Hey out there, Slot Car Land. How's everybody doing this fine weekend? Hope everybody's doing well and having some good fun, whether you're working on cars or racing or whatnot. Hope you're having a good time. So today we're going to start our first paint project of the year. We're going to start painting our late model dirt car body here today. We're going to lay down the first color today. And then I also got something really cool that I just got today. Really sweet. So let's talk. We'll go to that in a second. Let's talk about the paint first. We're going to be using a brown. This is a root beer tester's color lacquer, basically a brown. And then we're also going to be using this yellow. We're going to try and do a fade. We're going to lay the brown today, let it dry for a couple of weeks. I'll get it all painted. We'll lay a couple of layers down today. And then we'll let it sit for a couple of weeks while we work on the 3x5. And then we'll come back, and then we're going to lay the yellow on the front of the car and hopefully fade it into the brown. So I think it's going to look really cool. And then the decal set we're using on this car is the number 44 UPS car decals. So this is the decals we're going to be using on the car. So we'll get to that in a second, and we'll tell you how to prep the body and all that before you lay down primer. But first, let's take a look at a little haul I got today. If you guys don't know, my wife is huge into tattoos. She has, I think, 15 tattoos now. She's got 2 more that she's working on with her tattoo artist and all that stuff. And we got to talking last week when we were there. He was doing one of her tats, and we got to talking, and he said he found a couple of slot cars that mixed in with all of his dad's old stuff. His dad passed away about 6 months ago, I think, and he's been going through his dad's stuff and came across 3 cars. And then I get there today and got to talking to him, and he came across 2 more. So really cool, really sweet cars. I don't have any of these cars, which makes it even cooler. He's selling them to me for $140. No. Oh yeah, $140. I paid him $30 today. He let me bring it home. I'm going to pay him the rest of it tomorrow when we go down for her tat, because he had to reschedule her tattoo for tomorrow. But really sweet cars. 4 Magna Traction cars and 1 T-Jet. It's $140. That's $28 a car. I looked up a couple of these. It's a steal because one of these cars on eBay right now is going for, there's only 2 listed, and it's going for over $50. So let's take a look at these real quick. Really cool. It's nice that he gave me a deal on these. They're going to somebody who will appreciate them and will get them tuned and everything. And really cool. So let's take a look at number 1. We'll take a look at the, probably the one that's going for the most on eBay right now. This one's going for over $50, which is really cool because I have the blue number 35. Now I have the red and white number 46 510 Datsun to go along with my blue 35 car. Really cool. Really sweet car. Very sweet. This one and one of the other ones sounds like it needs to be, I need to take it apart and clean it and put it all back together. It sounds like it's running a little rough. Sounds alright, but you can tell it needs to be cleaned. But really cool car. So that's number 1. Really cool. Number 2, let's go with this one. This makes my 3rd different version of this car, which is really sweet, of the Ford Capri. And I believe this is a set-only car. This red, orange, and white number 13 Ford Capri. I think this is a set car. I'm going to have to do some research on this, but I do believe this is a set-only car. Could be. I'll have to research it, but very cool. Now I have the red, black, and white one, and then I have the white, green, and blue one. So this is my 3rd different version of the Capri, which is really cool, really sweet. Very nice car. These are all in great shape. Not much of anything, really. You can tell these have probably been in a box for a very long time. So really cool there. The next one is this really cool, I think this is a Matador. Not really sure. But this really cool police interceptor. I think this is another set car, I believe. I think it was in the same set as that 13 car. We'll have to take a look. I'll have to look up sets and stuff and see if these two were in a set. But Very nice, very, very clean cars. I can't believe that he cut me that much of a deal on them. He added it up, but on these on eBay, all 4 or 5 of these would probably cost you over $200. Like 260, almost 3 on eBay. He only charged me 140, so I think he gave me a fair deal, $28 a car. I think that's really, really fair. Really sweet. And then the last one is a Porsche. This makes my second one. This makes the third one, actually fourth one in our collection. One I did a custom paint job on. The other two, one is Elijah's and the other one is mine, but this nice, beautiful Porsche 510K. Very nice car. Very cool that the stripes are in great shape. The decals are in great shape. As you can see, it's got needs a little bit of cleaning right there. Probably some peroxide. A little bit right there on that spot. Clean that up pretty good. Looks like the wing might, that sticker needs to be cleaned just a tad bit, but not really, really cool car. Really, really sweet car. So in great shape. These are going to be great for the collection. And then the last but not least is a T-Jet. It had huge rear tires on the back of it, and the tires were shot. And when I went to take the tires off, one of the hubs, notice one of the hubs was cracked. But it had the original set of wheels in it for the back. It needs a new rear gear. It's spinning, and it's got a lot of slop in the rear. So it needs a new rear cog, which I do have. But this very, very, very nice Mercury Cougar. It was inside a case and everything. The rear wheel wells are hogged out just a little bit, but they did do a good job of it, so it's not too bad. And I need to see if this is missing the window or not. So her tattooist said that he looked for this on eBay. He couldn't find this particular color, but he did see some listed with windows and without windows. I'm pretty sure this car should have windows in it. So I might have to look for a set of windows for it. But very, very nice cars. Very cool. Cut me a really good deal on them. Really sweet. Really nice to add them to the collection. And just totally, totally cool. So, let's talk about this paint project. So, basically, what you need to do to prep the bodies on these, you probably want to wash them first off with just some light soap and wash them off to help get the release agent off. And then take some really light, because you can see how glossy this body came from the same vendor. But you can see how glossy the body is. So just take some really light sandpaper or even some emery cloth and just go over it and just rough the body up a little bit. Don't go too hard. You don't want to lose any detail or anything. But just kind of rough it up, scratch it up a little bit before you start laying your primer down. That'll help get rid of the shininess. It'll also get you down to the plastic and help the primer adhere to the body a little better. Make sure you get it well covered and get it all the way around and covered. And then when I paint now, I like to let it sit. I think this thing's been primering for almost 2 weeks now. I like to lay a color, and once that color's done, I like to let it sit for like two weeks. Let that paint set, let it harden, let it cure completely before you lay any more paint down. I do that with my Hot Wheels. I do that with the slot car bodies now. I've finally at the point in my life where I have patience to be able to paint really nice stuff and know that you can't rush paint or you're going to screw it up. So let's get this over to the paint booth and we'll start laying the first couple of fades down of brown and maybe talk about a couple of things while we're waiting for that first layer to dry before we add the next one. So I'm going to move the camera over and I'll be right back. Alright, we're over at the paint booth. So what we're going to do now is we're going to paint the brown up to about the back side of the front wheel wells. So when we lay the yellow over, we've got enough overlap to do the fade. Because I want to fade it to maybe right about there, maybe all the way back to the front of the rear wheel maybe. But we want to have enough brown on the back of the car far enough forward to be able to get the fade right so we don't screw it up. I've never done a fade before, so this is going to be interesting. So let's lay down a light coloring of the brown. Okay, got a little bit on the front, but that'll be all right. We're not going to be, we're going to be covering that up anyways, so that'll be cool. So we'll get that, let that cure for a second here. We're going to talk about a couple of things, just some stuff that's going on. Don't forget to check out slotcarcrazy.com. Jim Betts is doing a great job with the site. I want to thank him so much for that. A lot of new books are going up, a lot of neat, really cool stuff. I add some content here and there every now and again. I think it's going to be it's getting to be really cool. A lot of people, a lot of compliments. Great place. If you need information, just go to www.slotcarcrazy.com. There's all kinds of info on there, all kinds of different sites on there, all kinds of different vendors. Everybody that I do business with, that I buy parts from, is listed on there. Just great, great place. Also, don't forget to go get your Slot Car Crazy apparel at shop.spreadshirt.com/slotcar-crazy. Right now, all we have up is the Slot Car Crazy logo on the shirt right now. I got ideas for like 3 more shirts. I'm looking for a program to be able to do words and images and stuff, so I can upload them to the Spreadshirt site, so I can get the shirts done and stuff. So once I find a program for the computer that'll do that for me, I'll start putting up some more shirts on there. So we've got some. There'll be the old classic Slot Car Crazy logo shirt, and then a bunch of others. So that benefits the channel. I make more the more I sell. But right now I'm making about $4.50 a shirt. So all that money is going to come back to the channel. So that's one of the reasons why I did it, was so I can fund the channel a little more, so we can do more things, hopefully go more places, do more interviews, all that kinds of stuff. So don't forget to go to there and get your apparel. I want to thank everybody that has bought so far and helped out the channel. I haven't got any money from it yet, but I'm wanting it to build up a little bit before we do a withdrawal. But please help out the channel and go get your apparel. Also, we've got something really, really cool coming up. It's going to be a really neat thing. We have to go to Utah in late June, early May for some nieces and nephews' graduation. And I know there's a place down there that I am friends with the owner of. If you guys know where things are at, this is in the Salt Lake City area. So if you guys know your slot car things, you know who's down there. So I'm hoping to be able to talk to him and get in and do an interview and a tour of the facility and everything and be able to bring that to you guys. So I still got to talk to him about that. I'm going to do that here soon, but hopefully we'll be able to do that. I'm hoping to be able to get there. It depends on my finding a job and all that. I still haven't found a job yet, but I'm still working on it. Hopefully I'll be able to get that time off and we can go down there and do that. So that's going to be really, really fun as well. So, just some other things. Of course, we got the 3x5 build going on. Next week will be a bi-weekly feature car. It's either going to be Elijah's or Shaden's. Elijah's running out of cars, so we might show you one of Shaden's cars as well. And then the next week after that, we're going to be back on the 3x5 build. We're going to be trying to do the banking on the corners. I have an idea. We're going to give it a try, see if it works. If not, then we'll go somewhere else and try something else. But it's going to be trial and error when it comes to the banking. I think I figured it out, so we're going to try and do that, and we'll do that in 2 weeks. Then we'll be back the next week. Another be a bi-weekly. It'll be mine. And then the week after that, hopefully the brown will be completely set and done on the paint project, and we'll come back and we'll be laying down the yellow. And we'll get that done, and then we're going to just be bouncing back and forth between that paint project and the 3x5 build until both of them are completely done. Probably going to finish the paint project before the build, but if that happens, we'll find something else to do in the midst time while we're doing the build. So let's lay down another coat here. Get another layer of brown down here. Let's go from this side. There we go. And as you can see, this has a little bit of sparkle to it. It's got a little bit of a candy color to it, so it's going to be really, really cool. I think it's going to be sweet. I think the yellow is going to complement it, and I think it's going to be a really cool paint scheme when we're done. Never done a fade before, so I wanted to try it. Oops. I wanted to give it a shot and see what it turns out like. and other things. So I got 4 of these to paint before September, before the paint point series starts. Because I have a we're gonna have what is called a promoter's choice class. The promoter picks the class. It could either be a driver's challenge or other cars outside of the classes that we're running for points. And this is going to be for that class. So I got 4 of them to paint in lane colors. This is going to be the yellow lane car. We're going to have a red lane, a blue lane, and a green lane. And we'll get them all done. So I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's had a great week previous. I hope you have a great weekend. If you're racing, I hope you did well. I hope you're doing well. If you watch this on Monday, I hope you did well. And we'll catch you guys next Saturday with the bi-weekly featured car, and then we'll be back on the build. So keep the wheels on the downside, the pit on the slot, keep racing slot cars, and I'll catch you guys next week. I'm out. Bye.